Members of the Rivers State Caucus of the National Assembly have affirmed their support for measures taken by Governor Lauds Wike to rein in the Indigenous Peoples Organization of Biafra (IPOB) in the state. The lawmakers said they unconditionally stand with Governor Wike on every action he has taken to preserve lives and properties of all residents in the state. Leader of the caucus, Senator George Sekebo, stated this when he led members of the caucus on a solidarity visit to Governor Wike at the Government House, Port Harcourt, on Friday. Sekebo explained that the caucus had been impressed with efforts and commitment of the governor in the handling of NSAS protest and the aftermath. According to him, while the governor had ensured that the protest was peaceful, traitors and enemies of the state masquerading as IPOB said to cause mayhem, kill innocent residents and even security officers, destroy properties of the state and citizens, especially in Oyibo, Obiakpo and Port Harcourt local government areas.
Your Excellency, as a caucus, we want to state our unalloyed support for your reaffirmation of the prescription of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) in line with the categorization of the group as a terrorist organization by the federal government. We also want to unequivocally state that the River State cannot and will never be annexed by any group, organization or persons whatsoever, as we are Niger Delta people and will always stand for the cause of the Niger Delta, our people, dreams and aspirations. We stand with you unconditionally, and the actions you have taken to preserve the lives and properties of residents in the state, and urge you not to be distracted but remain focused as you have always been.
Sekebo emphasized that if the powers that be had listened when in 2016 the governor called the attention of the world to the atrocious activities of the default Special Anti-Robbery Squad in Rivers State, the nation will not have suffered the colossal loss of lives and properties during and after the protests.
Your Excellency, it is obvious that you saw tomorrow when in 2016 you called the attention of the world to the monster in the now defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad, the FSAS, in Rivers State, then led by Akin Fakorede, instituted a judicial panel of inquiry which unraveled the criminality and atrocious conduct of the police unit, but were ignored. It is now obvious that if the powers that be had listened or at least supported your effort, we will not have gotten to this very low point.
In his response, Governor Wike lauded the caucus for the solidarity visit and reaffirmed that he will continue to do all that is required to protect and defend the state.
For the state, I've always said that we don't have any other state. The only state we have is River State. And therefore, whatever it requires for everybody to support your state, to protect your state, to defend your state, you must have to do it. You don't need anybody to wake you up in the morning to tell you to talk for the interest of your state.
He explained that members of IPOB capitalized on the contagiousness of Oyibo to Abia State to invade the community and unleash violence, resulting to the deaths of 6 soldiers and 4 policemen. The governor, who vowed that IPOB will never be allowed to exist within River State, reiterated that law-abiding Igbos and other nationalities shall continue to live and do business in the state unmolested.
It's unfortunate that when things happen, people always want to politicize so many things. But for us, we'll continue to do what is right. But for the destruction carried out by IPOB, River State was quite peaceful. We tried and managed. There was no crisis, there was no destruction, there was no looting of anything. Just to see that terrorists, because of the closeness of Oyibo, being the boundary between us and Abia State. If you see the level of destruction, Now, having destroyed those things, who's going to spend money to bring back? The state government. What was our offense? What was the offense? This money we are going to spend now, was it budgeted for? Did we think of that? For you to go and spend, somebody to make it to go and spend about 3 billion naira again, they brought down the courts, brought down all the police stations there, killed 6 soldiers and burnt some of them, killed police officers, and somebody will say you should allow such organization simply because you don't know what tomorrow will be. What will tomorrow be? And somebody begin to come to annex our state to change the name of Oyibo to say it is Obibo. That cannot be when I'm governor of the state. When I leave, well, anybody who comes says we allow them to come and annex part of your state. We have lived well with Igbos, no doubt about that. We have lived well with the Hausas, no doubt about that. We have lived well with Yorubas. We have lived well with all other ethnic groups. But you cannot, because we live with everybody, then you take the laws into your hand to destroy us. No, we cannot allow that.
He reiterated that if the federal government had not politicized security, steps should have been taken to checkmate the notorious activities of the default SARS. He further blamed politicization of security for the reason why the state's neighborhood watch has not taken off.
If security was not politicized, at the time we raised alarm because they were using them to kill our people because of election. So to them, it doesn't matter. If they are taking care, what we lost in Lagos now, we do have lost it. The lives we lost in Nigeria, we do have lost it. That is because the government is only politicizing security. When the issue of kidnapping was high in this state, I cried to the federal government. They did not come to my aid. But other states, they were sending special forces. Now, kidnapping, banditry, everything has pervaded all over the states, all over the other states. They can't handle it again.
The governor assured the lawmakers that when the state received the 78 billion naira refund from the federal government, the money will be judicially used for the benefits of the entire state.
When they were giving out refunding money at that time, they thought because of the election, they remove our state, don't pay. Because we use the money for election. No problem. Save it for us. Now they've eaten their own. Everybody's nice and that is the country. Everybody's saying that it's a big money. When Lagos collected 100 something, Akwa collected something. Now because this one is coming out, because they are forgotten that they paid in 2018 and the money has been spent. So everybody say, only one state. It's not they remember there's only one state. So, because not anybody can do it. I thank them for saving the money for us. Now we have a lot of projects to do with the money.
Furthermore, Governor Wike declared that he will supervise the employment of 5,000 youths into the state civil service in order to ensure that no community, ward, local government areas was marginalized.
That we manage the little resources we have. We have said that we should employ, we are going to employ 5,000 of our youths. At least. This one is not the kind of employment where people go and bring their in-laws. No, I'm totally supervising this one by myself. And they must be reverse pay. I will supervise this one. It will be local government by local government.